on this wall in the garage. No rain as yet, so we'll see, but it's definitely windy. And basically it's just going to be some patchwork over the door and put some insulation in, and this project will be done. So let's get started. Good everything. It is Monday, September 30th, 2024. It's about 10:30 in the morning and 71 degrees. So I noticed that on my way back from my walk this morning that my moonflowers have started to open up. And these are my periwinkles along with some geraniums. And so did my morning glories, finally in bloom. So they must be enjoying this cool weather, and I'm definitely happy to see them opening up. So what do I have on the schedule this morning? Not too much. I need to sweep out this garage, that's for sure. And this is what the project ended up being. Got everything boarded up, got the installation put in, tighten up some weak areas, and this is what we're working with. At some point perhaps I will end up repainting the inside of this garage, but it's one of those things that's on my to-do list but not in a rush to get done.
Where I'm from, headed out to you. This is where I'm heading it down the line. This is where I'm hoping that my judgment's sound and better work, 'cause there'll be no next time. This is where I'm from, headed out to you. This is where I'm giving away the where I'm hoping all the time we spend will come for something that we need again. This is where I'm from, headed out to you.
Alright, so my intent was basically to get the dirt back in this bed, do a bit of etching, and pick up a bunch of rocks that got turned up from the tiller. So I think I got that accomplished to the best of my abilities. I gotta go off the homestead to get my grub control. So I'm gonna get that accomplished and then come back out here and spread that.
This is where I'm.
Good everything. It is Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. It's about 3 p.m. We're at about 69 degrees. It's very windy. So I'm not doing anything outside today. But I do have a disclaimer. Okay, so if I should happen to show you something on my channel that I'm doing, is basically me sharing that everybody could do a little bit, and because there's so much of a resource, that just giving a little bit could help somebody in need. I'm not trying to show off or say this is what I'm doing, blah, blah. That's not the goal. The goal is that every little bit helps. So in January, I wanted to do something different. It wasn't a New Year's resolution. My intent was to buy coats, a dozen per box, starting in January. So by October, I would have 120, and then I would find an organization to pair with and do a coat drive. I have since found that organization, and at the end of the month, we're going to be doing a coat donation. I, however, did not start in January. I started in March. So right now I have about 8 boxes. I'm working on getting 2 more before the end of the month. And it's just, you know, various sizes, males, females, different styles. And I'm hoping to get that 120, and that's where we're gonna go. With everything, it is October 2nd, 2024. It's about 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and we're at about 74 degrees. So my task today is going to be to harvest some of my seeds from my sage. I have sage need to be harvested, some mustard greens, and some of the stems on my sesame seed broke. The pods I haven't dried out, but I think I'm going to harvest it and then put it in the greenhouse to dry out. Alright, so these are my mustard greens. See the seed pods? Not all of them have dried out, but I will harvest them. And these are the 2 stems that broke on my sesame. See, this one dried up and then opened up. I might have some volunteer sesame in that bed next season. And these are the ones that are still green. So I'm going to harvest everything and then get them drying.
The rain came down and the faith stood tall. Now I see the fruit and I'm taking it all. Every seed that I've sown is growing in His grace. I'm gathering the harvest, standing in His place. Bless these seeds, Lord, watch them rise. I've been sowing my faith, now it's harvest time. Bless these.
So here's a closer look of all of the mustard greens seeds. So I have a bunch of green ones too. Alright, so we're in the greenhouse. Got my seeds in bags. They're going to stay in here and dry out for a little bit. These great totes, I'm going to use them to propagate some stuff. So I want to try propagating a rose bush I have out there, a lilac bush, as well as a some boxwoods, but that's going to be later this fall. I'm going to try to propagate and see what happens next year. I'm also going to attempt to do my grafting next season. I already got my grafting kit, and I want to graft the apple tree that's up front onto this apple tree that's here, and see if that will give it some more life and possibly give more fruit in the back here, because I haven't seen an apple this year on that tree. Now, I managed to get this completed, project done. I just got to raise up that end and slide that paver in. I got a workaround for the gap here, but that's going to be at a later date. So slowly but surely we're getting there. Good everything. It is Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I am out here today getting ready to plant my alliums. So we gotta bring you along. So we got some bulb tone, we got our auger, we have our drill, we got the water ready there, and in this wheelbarrow some reclaimed soil that was previously amended with probably blood meal, bone meal, earthworm castings, vermiculite or perlite, that kind of thing. So that's gonna work. But the blends that I got, or I should say the bulbs that I have, is the Blends of Beauty Wild About Allium blend, and they're 8 bulbs. And that's what they look like. And I also got Purple Sensation, and there are 8 bulbs in this as well. So the intent is to do a curved like design in this general area. Maybe I'll scatter a few over there. So let's get planting. Good everything. It is Friday, October the 4th, 2024. It's about 1 p.m. We're in the mid 70s, and we are going to do some pepper harvesting here today. We got some rain this morning, and I'm talking lightning and thunder and stuff that makes for a good soaking rain. So I have a lot of pepper here that I think is ready to be harvested, so that's what we're gonna go do today. Anyway, so I was looking at one of Diva's videos, and she was talking about the success I got with my goji berries, and that she hadn't had that much of a success with hers, and the seeds came from her. So this is my second time ordering goji berries from her. The first time she sent me bare roots, and they were wrapped in damp paper towel, and this time she sent me some that were compacted in soil. So what I ended up doing was taking those and putting them in a pot with its natural soil, and I ended up putting it in the greenhouse, and it did well in the greenhouse. You know, it branched out, that kind of thing, but the greenhouse got too hot for it, so I ended up putting it in my garage for a little while there before I was ready to transplant it. And eventually I did, and based on the results from last week, you could see that I was successful. So now in that soil I had originally planted one of my berry plants. Don't recall what berry plant it was. I'll put the name on the list on the screen. Anyway, and that plant just didn't thrive in that area, so I ended up just putting the Gojis in there. Now that soil was previously amended with berrytone, black cow, Miracle Grow soil, earthworm castings, and I want to say some peat. So that was what was in all those tire beds. And what I noticed was that last year I had the original plants in this area. This year when I moved it, it was more of a southeast location, and it got sun most of the day, so a good 12 plus hours of sun. Now I was watching a later video from her, and she said, you know, you have to keep the soil moist. And I'm thinking, you know, I water it, so it should be good. But what I ended up doing, I had a milk jug which had sprung a leak. So I decided to use that as my makeshift oil. And I just basically fill that jug up every other day and just keep that area moist. So I will put in the description, I say about 2, maybe 3 of my vlogs that show the process I had with these goji berries from the time I unboxed them to the time I pot them up and then plant them up. So if you're interested in goji berries and you would like to take a peek at that vlog, you are welcome to. Now these peppers that I'm harvesting are my unknown. They're supposed to be very, very. My mom said it looks like bird pepper, and then from what research I've done online, it looks like a peri-peri. Not exactly what I was looking for, but what I got. Now it's my intent next year, I'm not gonna sow California Wonder or Grand Bell mix. I'm going to attempt to try some different varieties, some of which I want to say will be definitely the Criolla Stella, Ahi Dose, what is it? I think the Benamalata. Now I know I'm pronouncing these wrong, so most likely I'll put the names on the screen. So let me get this harvested and I'll bring you back. And this is my pepper harvest. At some point I'm gonna have to do a taste test to see how potent these peppers are. And in here I have fish pepper, chili pepper, jalapeno, some Scotch bonnets, and some California Wonder. But I need to do a taste test. So anyway, let me run inside and I'll get back with you. Alright, so we're at a week later, and this is what the goji berries are looking like. As you can see, I have more that I could harvest. So I'm gonna leave them. I'm not ready to harvest those yet. And see, I have some budding out again. But at the end of the day, they seem to be happy in this area. Anyway, to pick up from where we left off yesterday, I managed to get the majority of the bulbs planted. However, my drill ran out of power, so I had to stop. I have about 5 more bulbs that I need to get planted in this area, but seeing that we got rain yesterday and the soil is damp, most likely I'm going to get that accomplished this weekend. That being said, I want to say thanks for stopping by. Trust everyone have a blessed weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.